Hello and welcome to Fearless DIY Music. My name is Tristan Lass, and today I'm here to talk about the electric 12 string that I'm holding. This is one of the first guitars I ever built out of parts. This is a 1966 Duosonic body that I put a Mustang pickguard in and a 12 string neck on, 12 string bridge. At the time when I was putting this guitar together, I really wanted a Fender Electric 12, but at that point in time, around 20 years ago, those were starting to creep up in price to the point where I could not afford one anymore. So I decided to make my own using a donor body. And so, like I said, I went on eBay back when you could still get a mid-60s Fender body pretty cheap, at least the small ones like this one. So I got the Duosonic body, put this guitar together, loved it, but it's always been plagued with lots of electrical problems. I was a newbie to the soldering gun at that point, and so using my soldering iron, I put together this Mustang harness myself. I pieced it all together, and it's never really worked right. Usually I can find one setting out of the switches that actually works, but I found that when I was recording my album this past fall, I wanted to use this guitar, and I went, pulled it off the wall, plugged it in, and lo and behold, I was getting no signal. So I managed to put some deoxit in it, get it up and running just enough to do a track or two, and then hung it back up. But I made a mental note, and I was like, I have to do something about this instrument. So we're going to revisit this guitar that I put together many, many years ago. I'll be installing a new pickguard and rewiring the entire guitar. As you can tell, we're going to be going with just a three-way switch and then, a volume and a tone, and that's it. Going to keep it simple. I've never liked the Mustang layout at all. I find it wonky. And let's go ahead and see if this thing even passes signal at the moment. I'm turning my volume up. Guitar's out of tune. Oh, there it is. See how it cuts out? It cuts out right in that position. See? And I don't have signal. It's unreliable. For a moment there I got excited because I was like, oh wow, it's actually working for once. But no, it's still got the issue. Like I said, I've even replaced one of the switches, and it didn't seem to make much of a difference. I think that this just needs a complete redo. It's going to be fun to do. Rather than doing it in real time on camera, I will be taking detailed pictures, and this is, kind of a before and after video. So here in just a moment, I'll be sitting with the finished instrument, and I will talk through everything that I do to the instrument, and you'll see detailed pictures going by, and then we'll give it a real play on camera and show off what this great little parts caster can do. All right, be back in just 1 second. And just like that, we're back. I have the completed instrument right here. I had to go through quite a bit to get this up and running. When I originally made this guitar, it was a Duosonic body that I purchased, but I did a really butchered job of routing it out for Mustang switches. So there are a couple pictures that are going to be going by here that, forgive me for my youth and for my inexperience and not having a router. The inside of this guitar is a hot mess. However, the cavity for the switch was still there, so I managed to just kind of extricate all the garbage out of there, get it cleaned up. And so I started off, by kind of getting it all cleaned up, desoldering everything on the control panel, and then starting over with all of the wiring. I tried to do it as neat as I could, given the circumstances of the existing instrument, but we've got a really nice clean wiring harness now that's true to the Duosonic spirit. Basically, we've got a three-way toggle switch down here, so we've got neck, both pickups, and bridge, a simple volume and tone control, output jack obviously, and it all came together really well. I opted to go ahead and put just white knobs on it and kind of give it that student guitar feel that a Duosonic would have, with a 12 string neck on it. So I did have to take the bridge off to go ahead and get the ground wire reattached. That was one of the issues. There is a picture, which hopefully I'll put up right now, that shows the little ground wire connecting from this panel to here to compensate for the fact that I did lose that ground at some point. This guitar was used extensively live. Even though it barely functioned, I would find one position that the switches would be in, and I just beat it on stage. So there was all sorts of little damage points on the guitar that I fixed on this makeover, and now I'm super happy with it. I mean, I love the way that it looks, and it sounds fantastic. So why don't we, with no further ado, take a listen. Let's start on the bridge position, which will probably be my least favorite of the tones that this guitar has to offer. Let's take a quick listen there. It's going to be very bright. To let everybody know, I am playing through my acoustic control core 117 combo amp from the mid to late 70s. This is 77, and with a little bit of reverb, and that's it. All right, here we go. So that's very bright, obviously. When we go to the middle position, and real quick before we move on, if you roll the tone control, this tone control is very usable on here. It has a nice sweep, so. So you can tame some of that brightness off of that bridge pickup just by rolling the tone a little bit. Let's go to the middle position. This is a very satisfying sound. I think this kind of gets, it's not like an acoustic guitar, but it's kind of got a little bit more of a wooden feel to it, I think, than especially the bridge. And then my favorite, which is the neck position. I absolutely love the neck position on this. I'll play the same thing I've been playing, and then I'll probably play a few more things just for fun. Won't do any more of that so that I don't get hit with copyright on yes. But anyway, I can do this. And that is the Duosonic 12-string guitar project. It's a real easy conversion to do. If you get a 12-string neck, I would advise getting them from Warmoth. They kind of specialize in these, and they have a really nice adjuster here on the side. Dual truss rods in there. These are very beefy necks, yet they feel great. They feel just like your standard Fender C shape. They feel really comfortable. So if you're planning on doing some sort of conversion, you could take any old, you could buy a new Duosonic or something, like a Mustang or whatever Fender body style you want. And just by putting the 12-string bridge on there, hardtail, and then one of these replacement necks, you can have yourself a really cool kind of retro looking 12-string guitar at very low cost. And by the way, I just wanted to go over, to do this makeover, I spent $14, $15 on this pick guard, $10 on the switch, and that's really all that it took. I did have the knobs already in my collection of parts, so to do this complete makeover cost me a little over $20. Let's call it 25 bucks with tax, and the look and the feel of it is just huge. So I strongly urge people also, if you're not looking for a 12-string and you don't want to do the 12-string conversion, sometimes you're sitting around, you're low on cash, but you've got a couple guitars that you're bummed about. You can always just spruce them up by, maybe changing a little bit of the wiring, getting a new pick guard. And also, if you have a broken guitar that's sitting around like this was, all it was really was the ground wire and some bad switches. Go ahead and repair it. I mean, it doesn't cost much for the bits and pieces, and sometimes it's as simple as just a few solder points, and you can have your instrument back up and running. If you replace a few parts, you can make it feel like a new guitar. I seriously feel like this is a different instrument now, and it makes me very happy. And I love this guitar. Absolutely love it. All right, well, thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far into the video, I'd appreciate a like and a subscribe. Also, in the comments section, please, do you have you had any experience, doing these kind of conversions, like making your own 12-string, or if just a simple makeover on a guitar has turned into something very satisfying for you? I would love to hear about it. Like I said, hit subscribe, share this video, and we'll see you next time. Take care.